It's going really well. I'm really enjoying the summer season so far, and I have great expectations for the upcoming season.
Absolutely. So, how did you start in volleyball, Genesee?
So I've been playing since I was in seventh grade, but I've been doing camps way before that through Wheeler High School, and I just fell in love with the game, and I've never stopped playing since.
Absolutely. So, kind of knowing that at least one of your games will be broadcast this year, other than years past. So, what does that kind of put in the back of your mind that oh, years past, the last 3 4 years we haven't got that much coverage, but at least one game we're going to get kind of or two, depending on sectionals. Um, Broadcast this year.
I'm super excited. I think that my team plays super hard and we work really hard, and that we're going to be able to take on any challenge. And I'm really excited that people can finally see that.
Absolutely. So, what are some goals, team goals for you guys in Bearcat land?
So we haven't officially made our goals, but of course, sectionals is key. I would love to win sectionals my senior year since I've been to three so far, but I haven't won any yet. So that's a big goal. And also just staying together as a team and building like long lasting relationships with one another, I think is super important.
Absolutely. So, who are you marking down on your calendar for this year? Uh, since the season's right around the corner.
So I'm looking forward to playing Hebron because I think we're pretty well matched with one another. Morgan Township we do a scrimmage with before the season starts, like before the school year. So I'd like to play them again. And Washington Township, I think we have um, a really good chance of winning.
Absolutely. So, in your guys' sectional, who are you kind of looking at as your top competitors in that sectional?
Well, Ileana is a very good volleyball school, so of course I'd rank them pretty high up on the scale. I'm thinking about our sectional. I'd say I'm pretty sure we play Griffith, and that seems like we can achieve a win there. So, other than that, it's just kind of up in the air.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, stepping into your freshman year, so what was it like from grade school, middle school volleyball to high school volleyball starting your freshman year?
So I started my freshman year during COVID. So we had to post videos of us doing like little training sessions that our coach assigned through Twitter, like at home workouts. So going into a volleyball season with girls that like upperclassmen that I have never worked with before, and then not being able to train with them over the summer was really scary. I was very overwhelmed, but luckily all these girls were super nice, and I ended up floating. So I was on JV, but I also played varsity. So I would never trade that season. I loved it.
Absolutely. So, going from your COVID like freshman year to sophomore year, kind of in that similar kind of space, but a little bit more of practices, a little bit more freedom in that 2021 season. So, what was it like that jump from practicing by yourself to now practicing with a full team? And how did you guys kind of see that kind of chemistry grow without that season, your sophomore year?
I truly think it was life changing almost because of the way that I was alone for a long time. But then now, like my summer season consisted of hanging out and playing with these girls that I like didn't have the privilege or ability to see the year before. So because of that, of course, I made more friends than I had the previous year, and not being a freshman also helps. But I like being in a gym all together really is a bonding experience.
Absolutely. So, what are some of your superstitions for the volleyball court?
Oh, so last season my one of the first games I sat right next to my coach on the bench whenever I was off the court, and because of that she made me sit by her every single game after because we won that game. So that's one of them. um I just got a new pair of shoes, and if I don't practice well in them I will probably sit back to my old pair just in case. So
Okay.
a couple of those superstitions.
Okay. Okay. Very simple superstitions. I like it. I like it. I like it. Traditional. Okay. Um, so, what's your sneaker of choice? Under Armour or Nike or Adidas or Mizzou? Which one did you kind of like on the court?
So my team has always played with Adidas shoes, which they're pretty nice. I've always appreciated them. But this season we don't have a designated shoe, so I got to choose my own. So right now I am wearing KD Tray 5s. And because of that, I don't need as much ankle support with ankle braces, which is truly like my favorite thing about them because ankle braces are not very comfortable.
No, no, not at all. So, kind of throughout your years of volleyball, what is your worst injury throughout your high school days?
My worst injury was my concussion that I got towards the end of my junior season. It was a morning tournament. It was going to be all day, and before the first game even began, I was walking along the net to shag balls for the other team hitting at us, and one just hit a ball right on top of my head as I was walking by, and I was concussed for the rest of the season.
Okay. Oof. Ugh.
Yeah.
So, kind of going back into it this year. So, what are some of your biggest like kind of rivals that you kind of just want to just beat every single year here at Wheeler High School?
So, Wheeler High School's biggest rival in general is Boone Grove. We have a lot of beef with them. We have sayings that we use. Boone has their own sayings against us. We wear camo to every single sports game that we play one another. So, of course, that's the team that I want to beat the most.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. Uh, I'm getting kind of a thing here with Boone Grove because talking to Hebrew people, they don't like Boone Grove either. So, uh, I mean, it's just that rivalry stuff, and us being former broadcasters South Central, it kind of seems like a Westville lacrosse situation going on there with you guys, with Hebron and Boone Grove, kind of.
Oh, yeah. Like Wheeler versus Boone Grove is basically Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. It's intense.
Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. So, let's see here. What's one of your favorite bus rides throughout the first 3 years of your high school career?
Um, I mean, I don't have a specific one in mind, but over the years we've had upperclassmen bring speakers onto the bus. And so going to games, we all get pretty hyped up with one another. Another situation is getting like from away games after winning when they give you your like snack bag to eat on the bus because you're so hungry. I love that. And then lastly, just when you're turning the corner about to get into the school parking lot and everyone breaks out into the Wheeler fight song. That's like such a special moment after winning a game.
Absolutely. Absolutely is. So, what schools are you currently looking at to further your education or even possibly further your volleyball career?
So, although I don't think I'll be playing volleyball at any colleges, the ones I'm looking at most are Purdue, um, Western Michigan, and Embry-Riddle at this point because they all offer an aviation program, and I'm looking to become a commercial airline pilot.
Absolutely. So, talk about a little bit more about that. So, what do you want to do with kind of with the commercial pilots and stuff like that, and career wise? little big planes and kind of fly through that, right?
Exactly. So I've always loved flying and traveling, and so I thought, why not make it my career? And so right now I'm working on my private pilot license, which is basically the first step into getting your commercial airline license. And so I'm going to be doing that my senior year plus high school, of course. And then as I go into college, I'm going to get my other rankings and hopefully be able to fly with some of my favorite airlines.
Absolutely. So, uh, Genesee, you're going into a little bit of a Top Gun situation. So, how do you use that flying ability in the air hitting this year with volleyball?
So although they're pretty different, I do have a big drive to succeed. And because of that, like I work really hard to truly understand my emotions and and have a lot of concentration. So I would say that I'm pretty competitive in a sense, and that goes well on the volleyball court. And then I also truly want to do well. So I think that goes well with flying.
Absolutely, it does. So, uh, what do you want to get out of this year? What do you want to kind of accomplish um, personally, goal wise, and kind of kills, assists, um, along those lines that you kind of improve from your junior year last year?
So the first and foremost thing that I want is for myself and my teammates to have a good season. I want to have fun. Um, Secondly, if I play middle blocker, I'm like in between two positions right now. It might change throughout the season. If I play middle blocker, I want to have a good amount of blocks and tips and touches. And then if I am a right side hitter, then of course I want the kills.
Absolutely. So, what is your celebration after a really good block? Because volleyball is one of those tense sports where it happens so quickly. So, what is kind of your celebration after like a great block?
My team and I, at the end of the play, we get together in a circle and we put our hands up. We go ooh 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 ooh, and just jump around with our hands up as if we're blocking a imaginary ball.
Okay, okay, I like it. I've seen a couple ones that I was like, oh, okay. Being new to the sport last year, covering it, uh, Couts has this kind of like carousel celebration. Um, so I thought that was kind of interesting. The spike physical ball, I kind of like that. Um, but let's see here. Okay. What is the go to spot? Like before practice or after a practice for you guys in bear country?
So I would say, speaking for my class, my friends, my teammates, we all really love like the Valpo food area. So we all love Chipotle and Chick-fil-A. Also the downtown area with like Roots Cafe and Fluid, just for coffee and drinks. Um, and then also we have a couple of different pools in our area, like the Shorewood pool, and then I guard at the Aberdeen pool. So I would say with all those together, plus our like own houses that we like host at, that's just kind of what is our go-to.
Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. So what's kind of like your guys' pre-game kind of like meal situation like? Kind of like that meeting place? Because almost every team has that kind of bonding experience before a big game situation, especially like on a
Yeah,
Friday or Thursday kind of thing.
yeah, we have sporadic team dinners throughout the season. We'll have our first one before the season begins and then have about four other ones after. So we have those. And then before games, there's usually a couple groups of girls throughout the team, like groups of 2 or 3 or even 4 that go to different like smoothie places or just get food from like the gas station close by, something like that, just to tie us over before our big game.
Absolutely. So let's see here. Hmm, hmm. Okay, so you talked a little bit about your junior year. So what was kind of the training like going from your sophomore year to now? No COVID restrictions last year, no nothing. So what was kind of like the weight room and pre-season look like for you guys last year?
So not only was there no COVID restrictions, but we also got a new coaching staff, which also truly changed our season and what our routine was. So this past season and then leading into this season, we've done spring training, which is about two. I think we could do 2 practices a week on and off, depending on what the ISHAA requirements were.
Mhm.
But we would lift and get together and work out together. And then leading into the summer season, we've done a lot of open gyms and conditioning and practices. And then even though you're talking about the junior season, I would like to speak about the senior season because we've had more opportunities to do scrimmages against different schools that we will be playing against in our upcoming season. So I'm pretty excited about that because I've never been able to scrimmage in like June, against different teams. I'm coming from my freshman and sophomore season where the only scrimmage that I ever did over the summer was against Portage right before the season. And now this summer I've done over 8 to 10 scrimmages so this far.
Okay, nice. So what was your favorite scrimmage of this year in this off season in the summer season?
So although we haven't done our Morgan Township scrimmage or Portage scrimmage yet, which are probably going to be my favorite now would have to be one of our Washington Township ones. Probably the one where I was able to hit right side along with middle because I do prefer right side hitting. And my whole team was there to support because we've had a couple of times where some of my teammates have been able to make it because of summer scheduling.
Absolutely, because you got softball in that. You got so much it goes into it. The AAU seasons. Kind of talking about your guys's. So what do you think your season's going to look like? So how many wins should we see from the Bearcats this year?
As many as possible. I I do believe that we're gonna have a really solid season. We have a lot of strong players on our team, and even the girls that are coming up are more experienced than I've ever been before. Because of club seasons, we have a lot of club players on our team. Because of that, like I'm expecting a lot of wins along with just a lot of good times.
Okay, okay, solid. So Genesee, we got a little segment called Hot Corner here. No puns intended since we're on Regan's Corner. So this is kind of gets to know you a little bit better. So we talked a little bit about Chick-fil-A. We talked about a little bit of the fast food scene. But what is your go-to fast food place? We're going to start off on fire here.
Uh, Chipotle.
Okay, okay. What's your go-to meal at Chipotle?
Definitely a rice bowl with chicken and other veggies in it.
Okay, okay. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. So, what are some things that kind of led you to this sport in volleyball? Check, 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 check. Okay.
Okay, I feel like I'm back.
Okay. So, what's your favorite sports movie of all time?
My favorite sports what?
What's your favorite sports movie of all time?
Movie. Rudy.
Okay, solid, solid. So I'm sensing a Notre Dame fan then.
More just football in general, I would say. I've grown up around football my whole life with basically most of my family either playing or coaching.
Absolutely. With the Klimczak family, with football and stuff like that. Um, so,
Absolutely.
so with that family, did you get like the athletic ability from them and kind of the intensity of looking at your uncles coaching, cousins with swimming, with football, with all the different sports that they've done in numerous different schools, Wheeler, South Central, and on, and going into big time colleges like Wyoming and stuff along those lines.
Yeah. I would say that the Klimczak drive and competitiveness is insane. And I've been lucky enough to receive the gene. That's where I get my height from. Is my dad is very tall, along with his brothers, all over 6 foot. So that helped me out for my volleyball career. And I've been really proud of my cousins being D1 swimmers and athletes in general. So I would say all together, like we're a very sports oriented family and we're very tight knit. So I look up to all my older cousins that have achieved so much in their sports, and I'm hoping that this upcoming season I can reflect what they've done and bring my own title to it.
Absolutely. So I'm hearing sectional, I'm hearing regional, okay, possibly semi if you get past the Christian school and Christian, because it seems like they're good in almost every sport that they do, the Vikes. Uh,
Yeah.
but getting past them, so if you get past them in the state championship, when you get past them, okay. So what is your goals after that?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about this far. Of course, like I don't even know where to begin. What an experience and just happy moment that would truly be. And that's basically a dream come true.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of teams that you can kind of prepare for with them coming and stuff like that. But let's get a little bit more with you as well. So before a game and this and that, so what is your guys' go-to playlist before the hype your guys stuff up?
So usually the seniors make a playlist, and I've been lucky enough to contribute most of the songs on this year's. It's a lot of rap, all clean. So I would say that, plus of course Miley Cyrus "Party in the USA" always gets the team pumped up.
Solid choice. Solid. So on a long bus ride. So do you have your routines that kind of go and kind of get yourself into that zone, or is it just kind of like a self care situation, or like nap, or kind of get yourself? How do you guys get yourself into that zone on a long bus ride, kind of thing?
So I would say it's more of a self-care individual thing. Everyone usually on a long bus ride, we kind of either take a quick nap after a long day of school or eat snacks or just talk about random things along with what we're going to do during our game. So I always drink an energy drink, usually a Celsius before, along with a couple other of my players. So I would say it's pretty low key until about 5-10 minutes before we get there, and that's when we really start to hype each other up.
Absolutely. So, what's your guys' favorite like chant? Because I know volleyball community, it's very important to have that chant on par. Okay, so what's the chant? What's the kind of be like after celebration, before the games? So what's the favorite chant to go to?
We have a couple of different cheers. We say when we're in a huddle, we're breaking it. we'll say Bearcats on 3, and then everyone will say 1, 2, 3 Bearcats. So that's kind of our like break from our huddle. Whenever one of our players gets an ace, we just say ace real loud, and we may be changing that one. But we have a different vibe depending. And then lastly, there was one more that I was thinking about. Oh, when a player gets a kill, we have her drop the bomb. So then that player drops it, and then all the other girls go boom and jump up as if we've just been like blown up.
Absolutely. So, what's your favorite kind of plays and schemes kind of with the Bearcats, and kind of what plays do you gel and like to kind of see on the other end as well?
So, although all of our plays are still like in progress, of course, and I can't give away all of our secrets, I really enjoy running slides from the middle to the right side because I hit the best on the right side, and so giving me the opportunity to do that is pretty powerful. Some girls can run 32s, which is another slide. We are working on our out of system hitting when our passes don't go directly to the setter. And on the opposing side, when we're on defense, I really enjoy when the middle hitter hits when I'm a middle blocker, because usually I can just put my hands up and it just goes right back on their side of the court.
Absolutely. And Genesee, you're welcome at any time, and welcome to the Regan's Corner Athletes Program as well. So anything on our shop will be half off to you and your family when we get that open for the season. But good luck, and I can't wait to broadcast Wheeler volleyball at Hebron with the Hawks Nest Sports Network this year. But yeah, so stay froggy, my friend.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really enjoyed this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And anytime, give me a shoot or a shout, and I will be scheduling the interview, depending on what day. Yeah. But anyway, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.